Yes, we do.
Okay. Good evening. My name is George Casey, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Planning Commission. Welcome to the Planning Commission meeting. This meeting is being held via Zoom conference call due to the COVID-19 crisis. Members of the public may participate by following the instructions listed on the agenda. You may also view and listen to the meeting on live stream cable TV, Granicus, and YouTube. Following roll call during summary of hearing procedure, we will review how the public may provide comment during today's session. Let's go to roll call. Chair Bonilla is absent. Vice Chair Casey's here. Commissioner Caballero?
Here.
Commissioner Cantrell?
Here.
Commissioner Garcia? Commissioner Garcia? Commissioner Lardon?
He is joining right now.
Oh, Commissioner Garcia is? I'll come back to him. I see Commissioner Lardon was here. Commissioner Montañez?
Here.
Commissioner Oliverio? Commissioner Ornelas Wise?
Here.
Commissioner Torrens?
Here.
Commissioner Young?
Here.
And Commissioner Garcia, are you here?
Here.
Okay. Summary of hearing procedures. The procedure for this hearing is as follows. After the staff report, applicants and appellants may make a 5-minute presentation. City staff will call out names of the public who identify the items they want to speak on. You may identify yourself by the raised hand feature on Zoom, click *9 on your phone, or you may call 408-535-3505 or email planningsupportstaff@sanjoseca.gov and identify your name, phone number, and what item or items you would like to speak on. As your name is called, city staff will unmute you to speak. After we confirm your audio is working, your allotted time will begin. Each speaker will have 2 minutes. Speakers using a translator will have 4 minutes. After the public testimony, the applicant and appellant may make closing remarks for an additional 5 minutes. Planning commissioners may ask questions of the speakers. Response to commissioner questions will not reduce the speaker's time allowance. Staff will unmute the speaker to respond to the commissioner. The public hearing will then be closed and the Planning Commission will take action on the item. The Planning Commission may request staff to respond to the public testimony, ask staff questions, and discuss the item. If you challenge these land use decisions in court, you may be limited to raising only those issues you or someone else raised at this public hearing or in written correspondence delivered to the city at or prior to the public hearing. The Planning Commission's action on rezonings, pre-zonings, general plan amendments, and code amendments is only advisory to the City Council. The City Council will hold public hearings on these items. Section 20.120.400 of the Municipal Code provides that procedures for legal protests to the City Council on rezonings and pre-zonings. The Planning Commission's actions on conditional use permits is appealable to the City Council in accordance with Section 20.100.220 of the Municipal Code. We'll move now to call to orders and orders of the day. But before I begin, I want to remind the Planning Commission members and members of the public to follow our code of conduct at meetings. This includes commenting on specific agenda item only and addressing the full body. Public speakers will not engage in a conversation with the commissioners or staff. All members of the Planning Commission, staff, and the public are expected to refrain from abusive language. Repeated failure to comply with this code of conduct will disturb, disrupt, or impede the orderly conduct of this meeting and result in the removal from the meeting. This meeting of the Planning Commission will now come to order. Staff, do we have any speakers for public comment for items not on the Planning Commission agenda?
Not seeing any, just one hand up.
Okay. Staff, do we have any items to defer today? Anyone in the public wish to speak on, are there any items to defer first?
So Vice Chair, we do have one speaker. Jill Borders has her hand up.
Okay. Jill, you may speak.
have I been unmuted? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Thank you very much. Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to once again remind you that on June 8th, there will be something that comes before you. It's a project that will propose a home to be built in South San Jose on a hillside. And I want to read something that's really, really important for you to hear. There's so much to know about this project, and in 2 minutes, I just can't say enough. And so what I want to do is tell you that Chapter 3 of the Envision San Jose 2040 General Plan calls for the preservation of wildlife corridors, especially those between the Diablo Range and the Santa Cruz Mountains. And I just want to tell you that's in our general plan. And this particular project, literally, this area right here is the actual choke point. It's right there where those wildlife crossings will occur. And so I have probably 12 other really important reasons that this project should not go forward. But that particular one is the one I care about the most. Because if we've made this major investment in Coyote Valley, and our general plan is to prevent sprawl outside of the urban growth boundary, by the way, which this is, I can't imagine a more imperfect situation, and this is it. So I'm asking you to please, the efforts that have been made to mitigate for the visibility of this home, this is not my concern. It is for the thousands and thousands of animals that use this exact point to cross back and forth. And we will be choking that off with possible dogs that this person might have, fences that he might have, lights that he might have, the actual human presence involved. At the very least, we should be doing a full EIR to flesh out these really important issues. Please deny this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any more public comments?
Seeing one more hand.
Okay.
Andrew, you should be unmuted.
Can you guys hear me now, or?
We can.
Yes, yes, I would like to speak on the same project that the previous speaker was talking about. The proposal that'll be on June 8th. It's called CP 17-010, the proposal to build a single family residence on the open hillside overlooking the Santa Teresa community. I'll kind of be a little bit brief in that it has a lot of impacts in addition to the environmental impacts, which are very important. But it also has a potential. The house will be built on the hillside right above the Laguna Seca community garden. And as a former environmental chemist, I helped delineate plumes, toxic plumes on hazardous waste sites. I can tell you any runoff from that house is going to go down to the Laguna Seca community garden, which is an organic garden. So any pesticides, any herbicides, any oil leaks will also impact that, as well as the septic system. As a outside the urban growth boundary, it's going to need a septic system, which is going to be right above the Laguna Seca community garden. In addition to that, the 2040 plan also calls for building a wildlife underpass under Santa Teresa Boulevard in this region. The wildlife has already found its own underpass on the Coyote Los Alamos Canal. They're using the bridge, the underpass, the canal actually as an underpass for the wildlife, for deer, for coyotes, for turkey, for other wildlife. And so the proposed residents would have a driveway right next to this canal, which would basically render it useless for an wildlife underpass. And so I do ask and urge you to vote no on this when it comes before you on June 8th. Thank you.
Do you have any more public comments?
Not seeing any hands.
Okay. Robert, you said there was an item for deferral today?
Yes, there is. And I believe Alec Atienza.
I'm sorry. What was that, Robert?
Oh, I was mentioning that there is one item for deferral.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's go to Commissioner Torrance first. And then...
Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chair. So I believe we need a motion to accept the deferrals and removals. I think we vote on that, right? So I want to make a motion to, I forgot the wording, I'm sorry, to act on that, to move that forward. But then also when we get to consent, I'll need to abstain from the action minutes from 4/27. I wasn't able to be at that meeting. And so we might need to separate out those items, or I could just abstain from the whole consent calendar. So just letting you know that right now.
Thanks for the heads up. Right on. Thank you. Do we have a second? No.
I'll second her motion.
Right on. We'll go to a vote. Benil's out.
Vice Chair, Mark Varney, our city attorney, would like to speak. And
Please.
Ian, can you please promote Mark? It looks like he's in the attendee section.
Thank you, everybody, for letting me in. I was in the attendance. I just wanted to comment real quick on Commissioner Torrance and the comment about abstention on the minutes. That's not something that's necessarily required if you weren't present at the meeting. The assumption is that if you are familiar with what occurred at the last meeting and saw what happened, you can still vote on it. But in terms of abstaining from the entire calendar, consent calendar, that's not something that you're going to be able to do. So if you do want to abstain from the minutes, as I said, you don't have to. But if it's something that you do want to do, then that will need to be handled separately, and then you'll need to participate in the substantive matters on the consent calendar.
Okay, good to know. Thank you very much, Mark. So in that case, I'm fine to go ahead and vote and participate in the consent calendar.
Okay. But just for clarification, on the deferral, we had, okay, Commissioner Caballero? You're on mute. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I was just going to ask for a point of clarification that we're still on item 4B, which is to approve the deferral or removal of CP 21-019.
Correct. And I think Commissioner Torrance gave the first and Commissioner Montañez gave the second.
Okay.
Commissioner Garcia?
Just to clarify, I don't know that Commissioner Torrance made a motion. She was just indicated that she would have preferred to abstain, right?
Yeah, that was for the consent item, but
He
then
didn't
she
make
said
a motion.
she did make a motion for the deferral, and I think she doubled them up. She made a motion for the deferral, and then she gave us a heads up that she may not be voting for the consent item.
All right.
Vice Chair, may I know who seconded, please?
I think it was Commissioner Montañez.
Thank you.
We'll go to the vote. Chair Bonilla is gone. Casey's a yes. Commissioner Caballero?
Yes.
Commissioner Cantrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Lardnois?
Yes.
Commissioner Montañez?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliverio?
Yes.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise?
Yes.
Commissioner Torrance?
Yes.
And Commissioner Young.
Yes.
Pause to see the votes reflected.
Sorry, we actually don't have a vote for this one, or like a vote column for it. I'm not sure why.
Okay, no problem. We'll move on to the consent calendar. Are there any public speakers on items currently on the consent calendar? Commissioner Caballero?
If there are no speakers, I move to approve the consent calendar action items A, B, and C.
Second.
All right, we have Commissioner Caballero with the motion and Commissioner Oliverio with the second. We'll go to the vote. Chair Bonilla is out. Casey's a yes. Commissioner Caballero?
Yes.
Commissioner Cantrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia?
Yes.
Commissioner Lardnois?
Yes.
Commissioner Montañez?
Yes.
Commissioner Oliverio,
Yes.
Commissioner Ornelas Wise,
Yes.
Commissioner Torrance,
Yes.
and Commissioner Young.
Yes.
All right. All right. So I kind of, is that it for the items? We're just going to, you said A, B, and C, Commissioner Caballero?
Yes.
All right. Are there any items listed in the public hearing that were moved? Nope, nothing was moved. Are there any referrals from City Council, boards and commissions?
No.
Okay, good and welfare staff, is there a report from the City Council? Good and
Yes, there are reports from 3rd and 10th of May. So let me go to 3rd May first. There were 2 items from City Council. The first one is revisions to the City of San Jose's water efficient landscape ordinance, and that was a report that was accepted by City Council. Then the other one was the North San Jose area policy amendment that was deferred to May 17th. So it's still waiting to be acted upon. The next one is yesterday, May 10th, the conditional use permit and determination of public convenience or necessity for certain real property located at 450 North Capitol Avenue. And that is the target with the alcohol sale that was approved by City Council. And then the next one was plan development rezoning, plan tentative map, and plan development permit for certain real property at 2226 and 2254 McAvoy Street. That was approved. That's the DuPont affordable housing. It went from Planning Commission to City Council. It's been approved as well. And that's it for the report from City Council.
Okay, we'll move to adjournment. We're adjourning in memory of the passing of the former planning commissioner, Thang Do, who passed away on Sunday, May 8th, 2022, at the age of 62. Thang was a community leader who uplifted and contributed many years to the Vietnamese community and was a huge advocate of downtown San Jose. Thang served on the San Jose Planning Commission from 2008 to 2010. He was CEO of ADIS Architects and a business owner in the Sofa District. Thang served on many boards, including the Housing Trust SV, Spur, Museum of Art, and was a former president of AIA Santa Clara Valley. He made amazing contributions across the city and region. Thang will always be remembered for his tremendous contributions to the community and city of San Jose. Thank you, commissioners. I ask that we adjourn in Thang Do's memory today. Leave it to anyone else that wanted to make any comments before we close. Commissioner Oliverio.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I just wanted to say that Thang Do was a District 6 resident at the time when he was serving on the Planning Commission as a resident of the Rose Garden. He turned out to be an absolutely phenomenal planning commissioner on top of a great family man and business person in the architectural and design and construction business, as well as all his philanthropy and civic engagement. Most people were shocked, and it's an incredible loss for the community. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Commissioner Oliverio. Seeing no other hands, no other comments, we'll adjourn for the evening. Thank you, folks.
Good night. Thank you.
Good night.